So now I've trimmed this and it's firmed up a bit, and I threw and trimmed the pedestal. Now it's time to bring them together. I'm going to score like I always do when you're joining two pieces of clay that don't have the same equal moisture. You always score. I'm going to score in circles so I can see where my pedestal is. Add a little bit of water to that. And give a little more scratches. Make sure I've got score and slip in there. I'm going to slurry it around. And I'm going to put my pedestal on there. And using these round scoring lines, I can see how far away it is from center. And put it in the middle of those lines. And you can center it to this way and if these aren't mathematically true centered, it doesn't really matter. That's pretty good, but one thing I want to do is I want to make sure it's level. Well, looks that's good enough for the guys I go with. No, that looks good. If it isn't level, then you're going to have to squish one side down. Sometimes when you're scoring, the actual scoring itself will lift up a side, and all you do is squish it into there. And I've got that on, it's fairly centered. I have some squishy clay. I like to, when I'm sculpting or working, joining pieces together, use quite wet clay. I'm going to score that a little bit in here. And what I'm going to do with this clay is I'm just going to put a coil in there, and it'll just make it all look like it was thrown in one piece. I got a hard piece of stuff in there. That was rude. I put that in there. And you can see this clay is soft, and I'm going to smear it around with my fancy dancy pedestal bowl maker spoon. Can join that all up together. It's kind of messy. Make it tidy. And try that again. And sponge it off. Now whatever method you've used or going to use, these have to be completely covered and allowed to equalize. You've got wet clay and hard clay and semi-moist clay all together. You have to cover them up for the longer the better, 3 or 4 days. Allow all that clay to become the same moisture content. Allow it so when it shrinks at the same time. So I'm going to cover this up. They're going to become friends for a while, and then they'll be ready to dry slowly in the drying cupboard and eventually ready for the kiln. Anyway, that's that method. We'll move on to the others.